Just wanted to do a quick video and just discuss something that is a tip I can give you when you are taking on staff like administrators, support. When you're a busy business owner, you have a lot of pressures and a lot of plates to spin and a lot of tasks to juggle. So what I get caught up in the process of having too much to do that I want to outsource as much as I can to my people. But then what happens is I outsource, they go through the instructions, they start to get on with the task. They don't really always understand everything, and usually what happens is that there's usually something missing that they need access to, or something they want your decision on that you may have overlooked because you do that task all the time. Or not, that's why you're outsourcing it. But really, there are always more things that you need to do with your staff than you think. It's often the reason why people don't outsource tasks, because they haven't got the time to invest to it. But it's a bit of a curve, you give some tasks, you've got to give a lot of time to it. I recommend making video tutorials of your computer screen and giving a commentary over that. Since I've started to do that, since I've had the technology and the ability to make videos and edit the content so it can be sent online to them, they've understood everything, and it's just a case of you deciding on the structure of the process that you're going to use as a team and sticking to it, but also that you stay involved in the project. So we've got the initial setup with your outsourced member of staff, and then you've actually got the support. So yes, you do need the time to set up the project. 1 day, 2 days later, you need to be around. You need to have the time to give your staff to be able to answer any of their questions and to give them support, to check the work and to assess it. They do need this support. Don't see it as, oh, I have time for this, oh, why can't they do this, why can't they do that? Because sometimes they will just get on with it without your input, and really you need to make sure they're doing it correctly how you want it. But it's not about you being too busy to do everything and, oh my gosh, I've got all this stuff to do, and why can't they leave me alone and let me do it? It's nurturing them. They are people. They are only as good as you enable them to be. You are the key to getting the most out of them. The more you give them, the better you treat them, the more you'll get back. If you've got deadlines, projects, priorities, they will try their best to look after you if they know that you care and you value their work and their time, and them as a person if you show an interest in them. But that's an extra thing. So what I'm just trying to say is when I become really busy and I think, oh, okay, I need to outsource this, I have to try and change my mindset so that really the more time I invest in setting them up, giving them time, looking at their projects, checking the files, setting up the job, etc., the more my business is going to grow and flourish. So I shouldn't see it as a chore. Oh no, I've got to find some time to sit down, open the files, open the messages, check the tutorial, remember what I actually did in the first place, agree and tell them to do. But more so, fantastic, the more time I spend on these guys, the better my business is going to be. So for me, it's just to change that quick thought process. And really, they are very valuable to me. What happens though is actually my brain does forget. It ditches everything. I give them the task and then I leave it. My brain kind of just really, my brain sort of detaches from it. It's outsourced, it's given to them, it's done. But I need to try and keep it in. It's basically my brain saying, you've got a lot to do, you've got a lot of things in your head, you've got teaching to do, you've got clients to see, you've got business to run, new products to get launched and finished. So my brain literally, if it doesn't need to take care of that information, it will remove it. Einstein, apparently, he didn't fill his brain with stuff that wasn't necessary. He could look up phone numbers, or not phone numbers, but the philosophy was that he could look up information if it was needed, and he wouldn't need to store it in his head. People are like that for phone numbers and stuff. Why memorize a phone number if you can look it up in a phone book or use your phone to store the details and so on. So yeah, that's really a tip from a small business owner on how to get the best results from your staff when you're really busy and you're taking those first steps to start outsourcing and you're not finding the results are actually coming in or worth it. Well, I'm here to challenge you to say, think about you. How good are you at helping them, giving them all your good knowledge that you've worked so hard on for your business? Give them some time, nurture them, try and see it from their perspective. Don't be stressy or snotty or ratty in your messages back. Just accept some responsibility and try it. You may then find that it's not necessarily that they are not good enough, just that your instructions weren't good enough, and you will start to learn to make them even better. I'm doing a document which is a handbook for myself so that I remember exactly how the process is done, so that when I come back to that task that I no longer do ever, and I want to amend it, I know what I've told them to do, what the process is, and then if I do need to replace that person, if they can't continue the project or they're not up to scratch, then I have the blueprint ready to give them. The new person, that is, the new replacement. This is a blog video, so it's not going to be edited and made all fancy, so if you found that a bit wordy, I'm very, very sorry. But as you can tell, I have work to do. Anyway, I hope you've got lots of work to do and you really think about dedicating more time to outsourcing. It is worth it in the end. But just remember, don't take your foot off the accelerator straight away because you will still need to invest a little bit more time. And as it goes on, it gets less and less and less and less. All right, good luck, bon courage. Merci, au revoir, à bientôt. Ciao, goodbye.